So ladies, we're ready to start chapter 3 on linear motion. And I'm only going to do a couple of sections in your book at this point. I find that this chapter is actually fairly long, so I split it into 2 parts. So again, you're going to need your book, either internet access or the actual hard copy, your yellow packet. Now you're going to really need a calculator because we're going to start having some calculations to do, note paper, pencil, highlighter, colored pencils, and your phone with Mop App installed. So the topics we're going to be covering are shown here, and we're going to do a little bit, and then when we get to topic number 5, we're kind of taking a little bit of a detour from the book and talking about how to rearrange formulas, because I find in this class that some students are very good at it, some of them haven't had very much practice, and we need to do a little bit of practice to be comfortable. So the first topic is talking about what is mechanics. So you're going to be in your yellow packet on page 4, and you should have some guided notes here with some blanks. So you should be able to fill a lot of this stuff in as I talk. So the study of motion is called mechanics, and that's the motion of anything. And there are 3 parts to studying mechanics. Those are statics, kinematics, and dynamics. So statics is the study of objects at rest, and this is important in building bridges and houses and tall buildings and roller coasters, because you pretty much want these things to stay at rest in spite of what else is happening, either inside the building, on top of the bridge. So statics is really, really important. Kinematics and dynamics both study objects in motion. And kinematics is how we describe the motion of objects scientifically using words like diagrams, numbers, graphs, equations, without even talking about the forces that go into the motion. And the dynamics is when we talk about motion and how it results from forces. So take a moment to write that information down on your note sheet. So pause the video and then you can continue in a moment. 2 additional motion terms are uniform motion is a movement at a constant speed in a straight line. So that means that anything that's moving in a straight line at a constant unchanging speed is called uniform motion. And non-uniform motion means that it changes with speed or direction or both. So let's check and confirm that this makes all sense. So classify each of the following as uniform or non-uniform motion and then explain it. So pause the video, identify them, and then we'll look at the answers. So for letter A, a rubber stopper is dropped from your raised hand to the floor. That one's non-uniform because it's going to change speed as it gets closer and closer to the floor. B, a car is traveling at a steady rate of 85 kilometers per hour due west, and that's uniform because it doesn't change speed and it's in a straight line going straight west. C, a rocket begins rising from the launch pad. That is non-uniform because it changes speed. And D, a motorcycle rider applies the brakes to come to a stop, and that is non-uniform because he's changing speed. So I am going to stop the video right here, and then I'll pick up the next topic in the next video.